Hey everyone. Okay, I just came from outside, so I look like this because I just came from outside and I have a message. I did not feel like getting myself all straight, so I came straight here to do this message. Okay, I have two other messages, another message I'm gonna do. This one. All right, so remember I told you in my town how they was doing tests, right? So I got another download. Have you ever known anybody that had weed and it was laced? If you know anybody that has weed that was laced, okay, I'm gonna ask you a question. You know that person before it was laced, was they super intelligent? If the answer is yes, guess what? The government knew about them. Okay? Government knew about them. Alright? So this is what happened. Two people in town that I know for a fact, and one when I was in Kansas. Okay, so when I grew up, there was this guy named Little Bo. His nickname was Little Bo. I'm gonna just leave it like that. All right, Little Bo. And which is crazy because you think the nickname Little Bo Peep, and then the other guy name was Elmo. That's his nickname, Sesame Street. Okay. So, both of these guys, now Little Bo lived down the street from me. His house, really, you could see it from my house. When we was kids, he was super intelligent, and he was about to go to college. Literally was about to go to college. I think he did he went to college. And his first year in college, he had to get out because he was smoking weed, and his weed was laced. After that, he went through mental issues. Never was the same again. I remember the day, I don't know how in the world, we was outside, so my mother would not let anyone in her house. Anyone. It was only one cousin that she allowed that was in my house, and that was a cousin that lived beside him. That's the only person she let in that she would be least okay with. We might have one more other cousin, but she really didn't like them in our house. Okay, but so what we'll do is we'll have a TV. They'll play video games, but we'll have to go outside. My brother will put it outside underneath the car porch. And I remember this day like clearly. I remember he came up and he was smoking a cigarette. And if not mistaken, I think I said, "Man, why you up there smoking a cigarette?" And this is literally what he said to me. "You got to die somehow," or something like that. And not too long after that, his weed was laced after he went to college, and he'd been in mental issues and everything. So you know how like Smokey off of Friday, it was like that. That's how he was, which is so crazy how Friday has been so significant to majority of the stuff I talk about. It's crazy how a lot of that stuff can line up with really what goes on in society in one video. But anyway, so I'm attached that. Same thing with Elmo. Elmo was very intelligent as well. See this, and his weed got laced. Same thing. But this is the kicker. Somehow they did the same thing to me in some type of food or form. It didn't mess with me. It messed with me. Okay, it messed with me a little bit. So what happened? That's what it is. I'm sorry. That's how my memory went away. And they telling me I had a little bit of complications, but it didn't make me go mental insane like them. Okay, that's what it is. So that they gave me the same thing, but they put it in my food, and it made me lose my memory, and it made me to have some type of little issues, but they put another spell on top of me, so I wouldn't know what was going on. However, it didn't make me go mental insane as a kid. They did this to me as a kid. Okay, as a kid. Now, let's mosey on. I moved to Kansas. Dorothy, Wizard of Oz. I moved to Kansas. And there's this guy, little short dude. There was this guy. And when he came around, he would talk. And he always was about Egypt. Egypt. He said there's giants. There was like giants and stuff like that. He even showed us pictures and everything, right? Right before it's so crazy. He brought up that information, and this is right before when Boondocks was about to come out. Right before Boondocks was about to come out, he started talking about this. No, Boondocks just came out, and he brought this information up. And the day he brought it up, I think a couple days later, on the episode of Boondocks, when Huey was talking, I think it was Huey, Regina King, she did both parts. When he started talking about back in the time about giants, literally the same thing this boy told us is literally what was in the show. About 2 to 3 weeks later, he went out with some fellow military people. Weed got laced. And you don't supposed to smoke weed in the military, but somehow, you don't suppose, because they do random drug tests, but somehow he got onto some weed. It was laced. After that, he had to get kicked out of the military, because one day he showed up and he had white face. His whole face, he's like my complexion, slightly lighter than me, but black child. And he came around and his face was white paint all over it. Yeah, governments. So there is a secret government society that's called the MK Ultra. So what they do is they've been monitoring a lot of these people. So in the military, if you have a family member that was fine and then out of nowhere they went cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, that's why. Some of the people with PTSD, it's not because. So this is what happens. Oh my God, everything rolling in. They have wars, right? Wars, but some of your people don't go to the war. No, hold on. I got another spirit talking. So some of them, what happened is this: they'll go there. This is what happens. So in those countries, when they have a war, they have war, but then there's a secret organization there. The war is to cover up what they're doing. That's what it is. Oh my God, it's a fake war. A fake war. So whenever, like in Vietnam and all of that, so what happened is they have a fake war, but they have a secret organization there that do mind control on these people. That's why every time you notice when they folks come back, they be like, every time they hear bombs and this and that and all of that, they trip out. It ain't even the people that actually experience the stuff. It's the people that they put the mind controls on. Think about it. It's a lot of people that went to the Vietnam Wars. Why is it the ones that was on the front line that actually was in the war, they don't have PTSD? They don't. If they say they do, it's not because of the actual war. It's because they was putting chemicals in their heads and playing mind control stuff, so when they come back home, they can come and attack their family, so they can check to see how y'all react with that simulation. Yep. They was playing mind control. That's what they was doing. Simulations. So a lot of your family members that got PTSD is not because of that. They got MK Ultra. That's what they got. So if I can remember, it's another movie. So phone confirmation. So it's a movie, and I'm sorry talking fast because my energy level. So it's this movie. It's a cartoon, I think, or a movie where they show people go into a room and they'll take pictures and they click. So you know how, like, for example, Fifth Element, when the girl, when she goes into the room and with the priest, when the names, Lilu, when Lilu finally meet the priest and they bring her into that to the priest, and she sit there and she's eating chicken, right? When she eating chicken, what happens is she's seeing all of these images pop, right? Because she's getting her memory back, right? They did the same thing on other people, but they provide negative information, like wars, crimes, killing, and all of that. They program these people's minds like that, right? And when they program their minds like that, that's why when you hear a door close, or you hear the fireworks pop, or you hear a gun go off, you see all them, they trigger. That's why, because they got MK Ultra. So there was an experiment where they had the blood. So what they do is, people that have these special gifts, even though the blood is not in the room, it's in a little thing. Even though the blood is not inside the body, the blood still reacts for whoever has those spiritual gifts. That's how they've been controlling families for a very long time. That's where your generational curse come at. They program the parent, like your great grandparent, they program them. Then that great grandparent or someone has a child. Now it's in the bloodline, it's in the bloodstream. The blood remembers everything. Everything. Now you wonder why your kids is acting weird and acting funny, because they program them that way. It's in the bloodlines. Shucks. So that's why now when y'all on y'all phones, and y'all do like this, y'all being programmed. That's why that's why if y'all notice, whatever you talk about is in your phone. A lot of times it's not even what you want to talk about, because there's spirits that's messing with you. So these spirits will come around you and tell you stuff, and then you start talking about it and thinking about it. Now it's in the phone, because your energy. So that source, you say it out, now your phone is recording it. And now when you look at your phone, how many every time, like if you see an accident or you see something, now on your phone all you see is accidents, and all you see is this, and all you see is that. That's why. Because they programming you. They put in those memories and thoughts in your system to keep you on a negative negative emotion. Excuse me. It's another way to be laced. It's called MK Ultra. Ultra is a light. It's a beam of force, of energy that is going through the systems. And if you don't have the love of God on you, your firewalls are down. And that's why you're getting those viruses. How many of y'all getting sick out here? Do you realize, think about it, back in the day, when your great-great-grandmother now, how come their systems was stronger than the systems now? Think about it. How is it that we went to a point in our lives where people was living longer? Now the time frame for living now is before you at least can get up to like 80 or 90, right? Then it came to 70, and then now it's going to like 40s. The average life really right now is in your 40s. That's the average lifespan now, between 40 and 50. I don't know. I know they telling you 70s, but see, that's why. Think about it. Social Security. That's why they making Social Security. But well, they trying to take it out. But what but everything got to change. That's why they put Social Security for 76 years old, because they know people are not living into that lane, so they know they ain't got to give you that money, because they're taking that money to put it into the matrix system, so they can keep building that system up to keep y'all controlled. That's what's going on. I know a lot of y'all like, man, I'd rather be in this world not know. Oh, die then. It's that simple. That's what they're doing to you. I'm gonna call it. I'm not. Listen. Picture me as a strong liquor. I ain't gonna give you no chasers. Okay, you need a chaser, then stay on that lane with them. I ain't diluting nothing. Okay. So I'm going to tell y'all right now, when you watch my videos, I'm not going to say trigger warning. I'm not going to say warning. I ain't going to say alert. Either you take the information and chuck it down and have that funny face at the end and keep it pushing, or be sick. It's that simple. That simple. In order for all of this to be done, you need to know the facts, because this is what's going on. There are people that are already on the good side of things and know these things, and their vibrations are going up. Then there are people that know these things, but their vibrations are going low. And I'm letting you know, once I get out of this situation I'm in, I'm not helping the ones that's on that low range. Okay? I'm only helping the ones that's in that midline, that is trying to get through the firewall, that's trying to get through. Those the ones I'm helping. I'm not messing with the ones that's sitting back and be like, hey, can you come get me? You got gas money. You got some gas money. Because you're trying to go a long way, and where you trying to go at, that's in another state. So do you got the money to get there? You don't have the money. Can you help me drive? You don't want to help me drive. So you're going to sit in the back seat. Well, stay right back there, because that car ain't moving until you give me some gas money. I'm not being used. I'm not being used. Okay? I don't care. You can joke about me. You can look at me and say, hey, whatever. I don't care. Unless you're going to put in, you can't get in. That's how it goes. So either y'all take the information and be mindful and get your mind right. Find you so you can block out all of this stuff. Or stay on the curb. And I'm going to tell you right now. Anybody that want to pick you up, that's your problem. Not mine. I'm only helping the ones that's gonna get up and say, you know what, I may not have the gas money, but if I have to walk, I'm gonna walk. If I have to crawl, I'm gonna have to crawl. However, if I have to ride a bike or whatever I gotta do to get through this firewall, that's what I'm gonna do. But if you wanna sit back and sit on the curb, stay right there. Stay right there. While everybody else moving. I guess this gonna be a drive-by. Don't get mad when you get shot up. I'm so serious. I'm not playing. I'm going to put all the facts out here. I'm not going based off opinions. I'm not going based off of just because, or maybe this will get attention. Maybe these people will like me more. This, I don't care if nobody likes me, cause I love me. That's all. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. Y'all can talk about me. You can laugh at me. You can say whatever the heck you want to say. I put the information up here. What you gonna do with it? That's it. Again, I am not gonna help anybody that ain't trying to help themselves. So if you can't put in, then guess what? Be a drive-by. On that note, have a blessed day.